and the baby boomers start to retire. So we need to start adapting to their ways. And it's such a big generation, right? So these traditional guys who are doing business, the millennials will surpass them.
And probably really fucking quickly too, to be fair.
Yeah.
All the companies such as APN, for example, everything's going... I know they're transitioning.
So who's APN?
APN is a outdoor media group, so all the billboards that you see around Australia pretty much will be done by APN. Mm-hmm. And they have gone from billboards now to digital screens. You know, like it's still not doing exactly what it should be, but eventually they will be phased out. Or they will have and they are adapting because they know that the billboards are only got a lifespan of so long. But the reason why, the billboards didn't so much work back in the day, where it was, you could be as a an agency that would, let's use Macca's as an example, right? Macca's, they've got all the time, they've got ads, they've got campaigns going and whatnot, but now their campaigns and their ads need to be even more diverse. And they need to be shorter and shorter, and a new one and a new one and a new one, because there's no, like, for an example, if you have a Big Mac on a billboard on the overpass of an M4 or something like that, how you can leave that up. They got contracts, APN, and say, you can leave it up here for 4 weeks for 50 grand or something like that. You know what I mean? And so they don't have to think. In 4 weeks, I think Macca's advertises so many different ways about that same Big Mac now.
Of course,
you know
they
what I mean? Because they have to now, because it's so everyone's consuming so quickly that, all right, I'll see a Big Mac, next. You'll see it again and again and again.
You just glaze over it.
You glaze over it now because there's so many other adverts that are going around. But it's great in a way where the millennials are now, we are taking over, call it the Gen X, for example, because they are in the mindset of, let's do an advert campaign, let's run it for a quarter, let's run a campaign, or let's call it, let's say a month-long campaign. Yeah, right, run a month-long campaign, but you've got to have all these other little things in between. You've got to advertise all these other little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
With the retail game, like, we'd have a sale. Right? This is what we taught ourselves. Like, we're natural-born hustlers, really. That's all it comes down to. We'd have a sale that lasted for 2 weeks. We'd maybe go, let's extend it again because we just need to get that extra revenue, whatever. But in between that, the amount of photos that would be going up of individual products, you know, I know people have been doing that for a long time.
Content-based stuff, of course.
But because it's been expensive in regards to, let's say, as a retail company, like that, you know, unless you're a major retailer, you don't have all the money in the world to advertise each product. And let's say you want to do it visually and through video and stuff, the only way to do that back, call it, let's say 10 years ago, was TV. You know what I mean? Like, YouTube was only just created in 2006 or 5 or something like that, I think.
Yeah, it was around then.
So, but it wasn't big. You know, I remember looking at it at school. One of these, this guy who was a boxer, and he repeated 2 years at our school. Like, it was a state boxing. He goes, look at this website. It's called YouTube. You know, and we had a look at it. I was like, that's cool. And then didn't look at it again for another.
I remember someone doing that to me with Facebook. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, and then I was like, cool. But like
now it's massive.
So back then, you would have, the only way you would have had any form of visual activity would have been through a TV commercial, and you would have been paying big dollars for that.
And that's why we live in a space now where with any entrepreneur out there is endless opportunity. Yep. Where before it was only really the big corporations that were winning because they had the big deep pockets to do the billboards and the TV ads and all of that sort of thing. Now you don't even have to be an entrepreneur to get your message out there. We've all got smartphones, we've all got video cameras and all of that sort of thing, and it literally takes 2 minutes or 2 seconds to upload something. Yep. Get your message out there. If you want to put money behind it, let's say you put $50 behind it, and you know you can go to such a wider audience, and that's, you don't even have to be a business.
And you know what? Sorry, Chris. But for example, you look at companies that are trying to sell a product through a video, right? They'll get views, but if you would notice it a lot, Chris. Yeah. Right? In our network of friends, if someone's an artist, like let's say an MC or something like that, a hip hop artist, bang, they'll put a video up. It'll get 20,000 views in the first 2 hours.
I know everything about artists.
You know what I mean?
I'm working this space a lot again now too.
And it's incredible because you know what? They're not selling anything. They're just putting out some art. People are, I want to see that.
I've actually got something out there. If there are any artists listening out there right now, I actually listened to something the other day, and this is really fucking interesting too, right? So if you want to get your name out there, commit to the next 365 days of putting something musically out there every single fucking day. There is no way people won't start getting traction on that at the same time too. Because the second you commit to that, people start looking at. Obviously, you want to make sure the stuff you're putting out there is good. Don't get me wrong. Yep. But if you can commit to that, the amount of people that will start rolling on and go, "Fuck, that was so much better than the last one." Hey, mate, check this one out, and all the stuff too. The ripple effect, the social aspect there, and people you'll become known as that. You'll become known as the singer. Or whatever it is, the MC. I'm using that as an example. You can do that in any space. You know what I mean? I'm actually doing something similar. For one of the projects that I've got going on at the moment, it's going to be in the artistic space. Is going to be an actual a piece of art going up every single day, daily for traction, all to the stuff too. But it's all going to be around motivational sort of style too.
And like a good example with artists as using on the topic. Soffles, the graffiti artist.
Mate,
he's the best in the world, right?
Subject to opinion, but he's the biggest name at the moment anyway. Yeah.
And you know what? And social media would have boosted that.
Social media is the only reason that he is who he... obviously, actually... So, just on that too, I think that one of the biggest fucking things for marketing that I learned in the first place, I think I've touched on this before, was graffiti. Because that's what are the artists doing? They're putting the name on a space so you can work out who they are. So not work out who they are, so you can remember it, and that becomes their brand. Every graffiti artist has their own brand. It's their tag. You know what I mean? So, social media for them has made that so big, because if you haven't got to another country yet, to do whatever you're going to do there, people in Germany and Poland know who you are already because of that. You know what I mean?
So what we're saying here, because I'm not too across artists or anything like that, but what we're saying here is that your communication can far outreach, the sort of suburb that you live in, or the city that you live
100%.
in.
And for example, this where you had to stop me earlier. For example, the only reason that everyone listening to this podcast right now has any fucking clue about it is because of social media.
That's right. And that's what I love about it, because
the second that this finishes, I'm gonna. This is live right now on my phone, but I'm gonna jump off and do a story saying you guys should check out our new podcast. It's up right now, and you're gonna do that. So
and we've got probably close to around 10,000 listeners. Right now. So like what I love about social media is that I don't have to go out to an event to meet anyone, or I don't have to, go to the constant lunches, which I still do, because, nothing will take away, human interaction.
Of course.
But the power of networking and building relationships, like I have been able to network with people on an international scale, right? Like I even had someone contact me this morning because he found me on a comments list of Gary Vaynerchuk on Facebook or something, and he loves my profile. He wants to connect with me, and I probably will never do business with him, but the just from that example, you can see the reach that social media has.
Course,
you can build relationships. I'm doing
work with guys in Germany and Amsterdam right now from social.
Yeah,
like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. 10 years ago, 15 years ago,
mate, unheard of, literally. You know what I mean? And I think that the social reach and output of effort that goes into it is great. You know what I mean? Like, if you really structure it and do it properly and all this stuff, you can have a massive impact on the world and obviously make some really good things happen. But even with minimal effort, you can still have a mad impact too. You know what I mean? So,
and I think it comes down to being self-aware about what you're actually putting out there.
100%,
so even if you
100%.
don't have a business and you're trying to create this personal brand, think about the friends that you can make on an international level.
Yeah, exactly.
And
networking.
It is the law of attraction. So whatever you do put out there, people are going to be attracted to that.
More's going to come back. 100%.
That's right. Like you might get negativity in here and there, but that comes with even in human interaction. That happens. In the real world, that's what happens.
Chances are you probably will.
That's right.
Especially for the social aspect, you probably will. Like I was speaking to a mutual friend recently of all of ours, and his words were, "People are talking about you, and it's not good." I'm like, it's fucking great. Then it means I'm doing what I need to do right.
It's filtering out the people you don't need.
Exactly.
And the law of attraction is putting something, put out what you want to receive.
Of course.
So if you whinge, whine, complain, and be negative, you will attract that.
And so can I just cap that off with what I just said? Nothing that I'm putting out is bad. It's actually either a jealousy standpoint or the fact that they wish they'd be doing that at the same time too. You know what I mean? So nothing I'm doing is bad. It's just fucking haters. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it. It's great. You know what I mean? So
well, the more haters you have, you're doing something right. Like look at the Kardashians, for example. Right? When they first came out, I even hated them. Now I love them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because of the impact that they can have.
Yeah, the success that they have, and plus
you can appreciate it.
And I love Kim Kardashian. She's my favorite, right? But look, everybody still hates them, but look, they are so powerful in the marketing game. They are so influential that it doesn't matter. The positivity that they have far outweighs any negativity that they have. Another good example is Donald Trump. Right? He is his own media brand. Even the actual media outlets talk so much shit about him, but he overpowers it with his own social media strategy, and he wins the popularity contest.
100%. 100%. I think one of the biggest ones, that probably because we should probably get on it, I don't know if we've missed the boat and probably have in some way, is Twitter. Twitter's fucking huge.
I don't know it.
Yeah, see, I don't know enough about it personally as well. Like, I'm on it, but I don't actually jump on it and have a scroll through all of the stuff too.
To tell you the truth, though, I think in Australia it has missed the boat.
Australians don't use it that much, but if you're looking at network on an international level, Twitter's huge.
Definitely.
That, and like another one we haven't touched on, I think we should do like almost a full podcast on how to utilize this on another day, is LinkedIn. Mate, LinkedIn's huge for networking and all this stuff too.
It's massive for us. We use it, yeah.
Of course, yeah. I've used LinkedIn for so many different things, and so much good's coming from it too. You know what I mean? So I've dropped off a little bit lately because the things that I'm trying to go towards aren't really in any space that anyone there is going to care about. But I should probably start putting more stuff up there, regardless, just to become that. Build that brand on that platform too. You know
Personal brand.
100%. And one thing is, with all other parts of this, is do not stick to just one platform, because that platform may die. So you've got about 7 different ones when it comes down to it. Utilize all of them to some degree. You're going to have one that's the champion. One's going to be your champion. But obviously you need something to fall back on at the same time too, because MySpace, that's fucking dead. Anyone that put all their efforts into MySpace.
Oh, really? I'm still on it.
Yeah, it's you and Tom. That's it. But yeah, I think that everyone should be utilizing to their best aspects, and it's just such a fucking powerful tool. Like, there's days where I sit there and go, fuck, sometimes I hate it too, you know what I mean? Because it can get really annoying or really distracting sometimes.
Well, you know what?
Really distracting.
But you know why you can hate it as well? Because it's actually becoming a job.
100%.
Like, you do need to do it.
So from a digital marketing aspect, I think I counted yesterday. I posted 48 photos on social media.
Yeah, wow.
This is across different platforms and all that stuff. So
in
48 photos in one day, 24 hours.
Shit.
24 hours. So that includes Insta stories and actual proper images and all that stuff too. That's not including the shares that go to Facebook. So they double that. So that's close to 100 things that people could have viewed yesterday. That I put up personally, and that's not even on my personal fucking.
And that's only just to keep the momentum rolling.
That's just momentum and all that stuff too. So it's not easy to get it all done properly. But my personal outreach on just my own socials is about 23,000 people. You know what I mean? So it's a fucking lot. But it takes a lot of work to get there too. But if you're willing to put that work in, you'll get something really good to come back from at the same time too.
Would you say, Chris, that over a period of time you slowly improved in creating that content?
100%.
Because a lot of people 100%. Out there would be sort of nervous in creating the content. Like, I know I was nervous.
And I'm going to say just start, because you can refine it later on. Because when I first started, I fucking sucked too.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, they want the perfect shot, or they want the perfect article, or they want the perfect post, and what ends up happening is that they don't actually do anything.
No, you'll learn how to do it, and you'll learn a strategy later on, or ask someone that's better than you at it.
Yeah,
like find a mentor sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like ask someone who's better than you at it. But success leaves clues anyway. So if you like someone's profile and the way that looks and all the stuff, just go look at their stuff and mimic the style that they use.
Well, stuff that we've said before, where you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
Exactly right.
Like the silent mentor.
Yeah, exactly. Success leaves clues to fucking use them. You know what I mean? Like, but boys, we're coming to the end. It's a very, very, very fast approaching 45 minutes on this one. I feel like we're going to touch on social media 1,000 times again and again. Thank you so much for today. Everyone listening, you guys are fucking great. Last thing I want to do, as per usual, I want to make sure that if you can, guys, please share, leave a comment. tell everyone about this, and even just tell one friend, because that helps us tell more people about the benefit we can provide you guys too. Thank you so much, and have a great afternoon, guys.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Bye.